guys. Welcome guys to my channel. Welcome back. So I've been I haven't didn't post last Thursday because there was an ice storm here and it cut off my power, so I had no power for like 24 hours, so I couldn't post and I couldn't do anything. So, but now the power is back, as you can see, and I'm ready to film for you guys again. Today we're gonna do another Teen Wolf video because my other one I did, which is right here, did really well, and which is very great. It tells me that a lot of people do love the show and love what the video I did, which is great because I love the show as well, and it'll encourage me to make more of those kind of videos for you guys and more Teen Wolf videos, whether that's reacting to something, maybe, or maybe eventually doing a series of me breaking down, like summarizing all the episodes of the show. Little hint of what I've been working on, but so today, as you can tell by the title, today we're going to be looking at the two most beautiful friendship, brotherhood in TV history, or in my book. We're going to be reacting to Scott and Stiles tribute thing I found, because I mean they are brothers, and if you watch the show, I'm watching the show right now, and let me tell you, like, I've known that Scott and Stiles had a really like huge bond and a really great friendship, but now I'm older and I'm understanding things a lot better and differently. Like, their friendship is like one of a kind. Like the loyal and the loyalty and the trust and is just amazing. So that's what we're gonna react to today. And let's go.
My goofball son decided to drag Scott, his greatest friend in the world,
This little delinquent belongs to me.
into the woods to see a dead body.
Where's your usual partner in crime?
Scott?
We smoke cigarettes, man,
I love you.
regrets.
I love you.
I could relive every single word.
See that?
We've taken different paths and traveled different
I like
roads.
him. Hey, are you sure about this?
Okay, I have to pause it already just because I have things to say. It's one of the best friendships in any TV show. Like I said in the beginning, like the loyalty and the trust and just an overall, like, especially Styles, like how Styles was with Scott since the very beginning, when he got bitten, and Styles finding out that he got bitten and he's now a werewolf. Like, he didn't back off, he didn't turn away from Scott, which I think Scott really was thankful for, because I mean he couldn't have done it alone, and he didn't do it alone. He had Styles to help him out, even though Styles wasn't a supernatural being, but it is his best friend and someone he grew up with. So just because he has super strength and glowing eyes doesn't mean that he's all suddenly different, And that's big throughout the show with Scott, like him being different from anybody else. Like every other, like, werewolf or villain in the show. Yeah.
Different paths and travel different
I like
roads.
him. Hey, are you sure about this?
End up on the same one when we're old. And when you're in the trenches and you're have it, do something.
Okay, I have to pause it again because all these clips are important. So that clip right there of Scott and Stiles in the hospital was obviously, if you guys know, if you don't know, this is a spoiler alert. But in season 3 and the in season 3 and the back end of season 3, so the second half of season 3 is all about Stiles being possessed by an evil spirit called Nigitsune, um, which turns him into Void Styles, which is a evil spirit figure thing. And it starts, and then that hospital scene is when they figure out that Styles has um, probably a brain disease that his mother had that caused her to die when he was very young. So they're trying to see if he has that, which all the signs that it's been showing, it's most likely he does. Um, and that hospital scene before he gets into the machine to get scanned for his brain, Scott and Stiles have that little talk of if Stiles has the disease, then Scott will do something to heal his disease and turn him into a werewolf. If you've seen the show, it didn't happen. Styles healed. Well, healed. He never really had it because whatever was possessing him, like, made it seem like he did, but he didn't. Um, so that's a little thing about that one, and it's just so. It was so heartfelt to see Scott getting teary eye. Like you see in the clip that he gets a tear in his eye, because of everybody again, of everybody in the show. Styles is the person that stood by him and was loyal to him, and to see and to having Scott see his best friend in pain and maybe have a disease that might kill him hurts him, obviously. And it's just so touching, and it's just, ugh. That's why I love the friendship so much. So much. And they did a really good job. Like, really, like, bring them, bringing the bond between Scott and Styles a lot.
Stiles, if you have it, do something. If I was dying on my knees, you would be the one to rescue me. And if you were drowned at sea, I'd give you my lungs so you could breathe. I've got you, brother. I've got you, brother. I've got you, brother. I've got you, brother.
You know,
Brother, we can go deeper
you.
than the ink beneath the skin of our tattoos.
No. Not without you.
No, we don't share the same blood. You're my brother, and I love you. That's the
Okay, but first, what are you, like a weird cheetah? Doesn't even exist? Is it a thing? He's just that good. What if you
back with all our fingers in our toes.
People want something for yourself once in a while.
We'll always be the same.
Team captain and alpha werewolf.
If I was dying,
Your best friend.
Okay. So this scene right here, which I'm gonna leave a little bit just for you guys to see. This scene right here is one of the scenes from one of my favorite episodes from Teen Wolf, and it's season 3, episode 6, I think. Um, it's called Motel California, and that episode is so heartfelt and so touchy, especially at the end when. If you've seen the show, you'll understand what I'm saying. If you haven't, I feel sorry for you, because this scene is amazing and even more of a sign of how their friendship means to both of them, and Styles too. Like the song that's being used in this video is in this lyric. It says, "If I was dying on my knees, um, you'll be the one to rescue me." That is so true with Scott and Styles, especially in this episode, because if you don't know, or you do know, the episode is basically that the werewolves of there was 4 werewolves, and they were all like kind of poisoned by wolfsbane, which is a like chemical for werewolves, and it's deadly and it's dangerous. And if it's consumed in any way in the air or whatever, they can get like kind of controlled in a way, or like their brains will start thinking differently. So in this one, the motel had history of suicides, and unfortunately that's where they stopped to like stay overnight. But because it's supernatural stuff, it affects the werewolves because of the wolf's bane and because of where they are. So the werewolves start feeling suicidal, and they start almost killing themselves, but they don't. Styles, Lydia, and Allison save them all. But the Pacific one with Scott is the biggest one and the most tearjerker to me, because obviously it's Styles and Scott, but also it's just so how it turns out is Scott is holding a like those lighters that work in water, and he's in the parking lot like drenched in gasoline. um and Styles, Lydia, and Allison see him doing this and like standing there, and what's amazing about the scene is Allison was there. Okay, if you don't know the show, Allison was Scott's first real love in the show, and someone that he will like snap out of whatever he was doing, but it wasn't working, and because he was so like in thought of killing himself, and it didn't work till Stiles, his best friend and brother, um, stepped in and talked to him about how Scott wasn't a nobody. He was somebody to him, and if Scott took his life, Stiles would take his own. That's basically a little snippet of what happened, and just the whole scene just makes you tear up, because like everything that they're saying, that Stiles is saying to Scott, is just so, oh, it hits hard if you watch the show and you see the bond between the two. And it's amazing too that Stiles was the one that saved Scott in that situation and not Allison, which I think a lot of people wanted to see more, that Stiles saves his best friend, and we got that, and it was amazing to see. And it was amazing to see. And yeah, so this is one of my favorite scenes ever.
If I was dying
Your best friend.
on my knees, you would be the
I need you.
one to rescue me. And if you were drowned at sea, I'd give you my lungs so you could breathe. I've got you, brother. I've got you, brother. And if we hit on trouble water, I'll be the one to keep you warm and safe, and we'll be carrying each other until we say goodbye on a dying day. Because I've got you, brother. I've got you, brother.
Oh, it's a very like short video, but it really gives you a whole perspective of their friendship and their brothership, if you can say that. I just love the show so much. You have no idea how much the show means to me and how much it means to a lot of probably you guys watching this. And it's just an amazing show. Just I know it has supernatural and werewolves and like a bunch of other things, but it's more than that. It's about family, it's about friendship, it's about loyalty, it's about trust. There's just so many things in this show makes it different than like Vampire Diaries. Like also it's more teenagers, and more high school and like things that teens would relate to. Like Scott and Stiles not being popular in the beginning, because they were not cool. And like they were like nothing because they weren't popular, or like until obviously everything changed with Scott being bitten, but like not really. Like it's just because he was a creature. And anyways, I love So I hope you guys like this video. I loved it. Um, like I've said many times, I love this show so much, and I have not seen the movie yet. Um, it's so hard to watch the movie, which is right here. Because Stiles is not in it. Dylan O'Brien is not in it, and it's weird not having him in it because Dylan's been in Teen Wolf since the beginning, and just all of a sudden he's not in the movie. It's just a bit weird. So it's really hard to watch it, but I'm gonna get around to it eventually. And also it's not on MTV, so it's a bit inappropriate in times, like, but like it's an older 15 years later of Teen Wolf, so whatever. And yeah, so subscribe and like this video. Comment if you like this, and if you have an idea like a tribute video like the show or anything, leave a comment down below to let me know. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.